Hello, it is Sunday, June 25th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday puzzle today, which means a big crossword grid, a big themed grid. It's not very enticing to me because I am sealed here in a very hot room. I keep thinking it's hot, and then the next day it gets hotter. It is quite warm here in North London, and so I hope this is not too devious a Sunday puzzle. We'll just have to find out. Opposites Attracting, it's called. It's an interesting name, redolent of some sort of theme. We'll have to find out just what. In any case, this hopefully not too challenging edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Emma Smith, Noah Bizanson, Madeline Lee, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the indomitable Shoalmaster, and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the six of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. I really do appreciate their support. Thank you so much if you are a patron, or if you're not, thank you for watching this video. But if you'd like to consider supporting the channel directly, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. There, of course, you can find all of the bonus videos that have been posted to the channel. And as a benefactor, you can also get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, which is working again. So there you have it. And thank you again to everybody who's a patron. Thanks also if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel. That's a big help. Consider doing so if you haven't. And you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community, which is linked in the description field. And there people discuss these videos, the New York Times crossword, other crosswords, Wordle, and so on. And the new Connections games that the New York Times has been running, which is inspired by presumably anyway, inspired by the BBC quiz show Only Connect, and I've been solving that as well in my daily shorts videos. All right, anyway, let's get on to today's crossword. This is a Sunday puzzle by John Westwig entitled Opposites Attracting. And John Westwig has constructed, I think, around a large handful, about eight puzzles, I think, for the New York Times. And it's a themed puzzle, of course. It's on Sunday, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's see what sort of opposites attract in today's crossword. Let's start solving it. Let's get on with it. Okay, tiny trunks. I don't know, tree trunks or tiny trunks as in chests maybe that could hold things. Or, I don't know, a person's trunk, I suppose, or an elephant's trunk. Swim trunks. Boy, there are quite a few. You wouldn't think of trunks as a word with quite so many meanings, but it does seem to have an enormous number. It's guarded in soccer, the goal, presumably, the goaltender. Well, no, but that's not necessarily the case. You could have a shin guard or a knee guard or something like that as well, actually, now that I think about it. In fact, I'm probably supposed to initially think goal, and then that's going to throw me off the scent, which I think it probably did. Let's see. So what about this? MSG team on scoreboards. I assume MSG in this case stands for Madison Square Garden in New York. Do I know who plays there? You'd think maybe I would. Well, no. If you've been watching these videos for a while, you wouldn't think that, and you'd be right. I'm not sure. The New York something team. Well, it might be New York NY something then, and that would make this shin guarded in soccer. Does that help with tiny trunks? I don't know that it does. Rural greeting. Howdy do? That's a sort of quaint rural sounding greeting. Howdy do, you might say. Carnival ride. Let's just check the cross to see if that works. Carnival ride. Why can I not think of a carnival ride that fits here? Jedi ally from Endor. Right, okay, so this is in the film Return of the Jedi, and it doesn't refer to an ally who is a Jedi, but rather an ally of a Jedi. In this case, an Ewok, those little sort of teddy bear creatures, and that makes this NYK New York Knicks, it must be, the New York Knickerbockers. Okay, carnival ride, right, I already looked at that. Tiny trunks, end of a college search, EDU? I'm wondering if by search they mean a web search and you'd find a web address of a university.edu. I don't know. I'm not quite sure that matches up. Or at least I'm not quite sure I'm thinking of it the right way, but it might be the answer. Event at a hot new club, ? So what's the question mark there? Hot new club. What on earth would be the the pun here? A club that you bash somebody with? A club is in the suit of cards? I just don't see what this is. Some work at a car wash, public hatred, odium, maybe. Tiny, oh, Speedo, it is swim trunks, right? I think it was the last possibility that came to mind for me. There we go. So, oh, a carnival ride is a pony. You could have a pony ride, right? I was thinking of a mechanical ride of some sort. I suppose you could, in theory, have a mechanical pony, but this probably refers to a live one. Okay, event at a hot new club. At a hot new club. I just do not understand what the pun is in this one. Some work at a car wash. Not sure. My brain is sort of trying to reach in a particular direction here, but it can't follow through. Leading. On top. If you're leading, you're on top. You're in the lead. Maybe. Lot. Could be an auction lot or a car lot or, oh, autos. You could be a car lot and there could be automobiles there. A lot of them. Okay, some work at a car wash. I want this to be an N. That's what I've been thinking, and that A makes me feel more that way, but it doesn't seem to work, does it? Yeah, that doesn't look right on the across. Thanksgiving table decoration. A gourd? I don't think I've ever actually seen this in person, but you see it in sort of illustrations, a kind of Norman Rockwell kind of illustrations of the horn of plenty, the gourd, on a big Thanksgiving Day spread. Tactical reductions in lighting as during World War II. Interesting. Am I going to know this? I hope so, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Career for a scammer. And that also has a question mark. Interesting. What on earth would that be? Would it be career as in... I mean, career obviously most commonly means someone's profession, but it could also be something sort of bouncing around, careering around. I mean, could this be referring to a pool shark and the ball careering around the billiards table? I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. There are cases in this puzzle. Oh, it just occurred to me. It's also possible. Right. Okay. Sorry. The thing that didn't occur to me is that the question mark could also refer. I mean, it does still refer to a pun, but also these could be theme clues. Opposites attracting, in, outing, an in, outing. In other words, a new pop in, something that's hip and popular, and an outing could be an event at a club. So an event at a hot new club could be an in outing, and in and out, of course, are opposites, and they're attracting, they're butting up against each other there. All right, so that's probably the case here as well. Career for a scammer. Okay, I'm not sure what it is yet, but I'm glad I finally got in outing. Boy, that took me ages, didn't it? Oh, so howdy do is probably spelled with an E in this case, because this could be detailers. Some work at a car wash. You could have people who do the detail work. They're detailers. Okay, great. Tactical reductions in lighting as during World War II. Dim outs. Instead of a blackout, you could have a dim out. There we go. You could make your home or building less of a target for aerial raids. I don't know, maybe during the Blitz or something like that. You might see one upside down on a bar. A stein. Beer stein. Career for scammer. German village. What is the German word for village? That's infuriating that I can't bring this to mind. I'm sure I know it. How Cassius looks to Caesar in Shakespeare. Not sure about that either. Let's see. What do we have crosses around? Great garage sale find. A steal. That was real steal. It's a good deal that I found. Broad Valley, a dale. And relationship conditions, so to speak. Relationship conditions, so to speak. What is that, so to speak? It means this is going to be sort of casual or slangy or punny or maybe just uh, New England family destination familiarly. With familiarly, it could start with the. I mean, that is something that happens sometimes. The and then whatever its nickname is. But I have no idea what the rest of it is. The Cove or something, I don't know. Muse of comedy and idyllic poetry. I don't know. I'm not confident enough about this. Forwards. Oh boy, I'm not getting anywhere, am I? Real dope. A real dope. I mean, it could be dope as in the information. Give me the real dope. Give me the lowdown, the skinny. But it could also mean a real sort of idiot, basically. A sap, I'm one apparently. I can't think. Dripping in jewelry, slangily. I don't know. I mean, 20 years ago, this would have been sort of blinged out or something like that. What other terms are there for jewelry? You have bling and ice for diamonds, I think. Can you be icy? I don't know. Relationship conditions, so to speak. New England vocab. Oh, that would be funny if this were the Cove, if this were icy. I have absolutely no idea if that's the case. Whoa there, Warren G. Warren G. Is that Warren G of regulate? Whoa there, Warren G. This feels like it's going to be another theme clue. I have a feeling these are going to be difficult to get from nothing because they're sort of one step even more punnier than the ordinary ones, ordinary puns. I mean, if you see what I mean, like this. No, have we seen a clue that's a pun that isn't a question mark clue that isn't a theme one yet? I don't know that we have. Okay, never mind. I'm going to abandon this train of thought and just say I don't know what this is. Whoa there, Warren G. Whoa there, easy now, easy hard, easy. There might be another Warren G song that would be helpful here. In fact, I'm certain there is, but I can't think. Boy, look at this. I'm 10 minutes in and I'm basically nowhere. I need to pick this up. Okay. What can we do? Bubbly in a way. I don't know, champagne or something. Let's go back up to the top of the grid. Party person, a raver, a politician, a party person, sort of functionary. Adjective often capitalized in the Bible. His, because it's referring to God. That could be party person. Many a survivor setting, an isle, I assume. I mean, I know that show is set on an island, so that would make sense. Organization concerned with plants. With plants. It could be obviously the most ordinary meaning of plants, but it could be something like power plants. Oh no, or it could be plants as in manufacturing plants. It could be OSHA, Workplace Safety Agency. Does that help? Party person. I don't feel on form today. So serve as messy cafeteria food. Slop onto your plate. You could slop it onto your plate, serve it. It basically works. Party. Oh, a host. Someone hosting a party. Right. Okay, I really thought this was going to be a political party because I thought it was going to be misdirection. But nope, it was an ordinary party. Earthling in sci-fi. A Terran, I suppose, a resident of Terra, Earth. I wish I were under 4 feet tall, e.g. a short longing. Oh, do they all have ing at the end? Opposites attract-ing. I think that is what is going on here. So we have our opposites attract, and then we have an ing, because we have an in-outing, short, long ing. So, okay, I think that'll have an ing at the end, probably. And so will this, maybe? Career for a scammer. Pre-posting? Okay, maybe this is not right. I don't know. Okay, the first man ever created in Maori lore. A name found on a calendar. April, I suppose, is a name and a month. Sommelier's superlative. Oakiest? The oakiest wine, I guess. It's something a sommelier, a sort of wine steward, could use to describe a wine. Oh, tiki, the first man ever created in Maori lore. There we go. Okay. Yes. Bear in Bogota. Oso. It's bear. Are you freaking kidding me? For real? Act on behalf of. Fill in for. Diatribes are rants. Considerably large in Appalachian dialect. Right. Huge or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know Appalachian dialect particularly. Let's see. Bit of doubling down from a parent. I said so, a parent might declare. Rocks blank Brickell and New Bohemians. Edie Brickell and New Bohemians, I guess. Bohemians. For whom the bell tolls. The bell tolls, ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. And 1 of 2 for 6 of 8. Well, this will be referring to Henry VIII. Henry VIII and his 6 wives, 2 of whom were named Anne. So I said no rather than I said so from the doubling down parent. So we have Anne of Cleves and Anne Boleyn are the 2 Annes of Henry VIII. Okay. Obviously a Tudor king of England. Considerably large in Appalachian dialect. Right, I don't know. Scissors sound. Snip, snip. Squid squirt. A squid could squirt ink. Family-friendly ratings are PGs for films that are recommended to be seen with parental guidance. Bubbly in a way. Frothing? No. Foaming? Yeah, you could have sort of, I don't know, a sparkling wine that's foaming. Bubbly. Grand Slam in showbiz. Oh, the EGOT, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony distinction for having won major performing arts awards across those categories, which would be what, I guess, television, music, film, and theater. Okay, career for a scammer. Well, I'm sorry, why do I not see what this is? It seems ridiculous at this point. I can't figure out if it's a theme clue or not. It seems like it really seems like it would be, doesn't it? I don't know. Okay. Muscle relaxers are hot something. Greetings. Hellos. Secret Service member. Question mark. Real dope. Caller. As in sort of anger or ire? Is that the sense we're looking for here? Making an impression. Considerably large. Right. Smart? Does that mean large in Appalachian dialect? I have no idea. Just wondering if this were ire. Compliment for a lexicographer. For a lexicographer, so someone dealing with language. Nice something, be a compliment. Hot rocks, muscle relaxers. Right, I have no idea what this is. Making an impression. Test subject, repeated small role for Paul Rudd. Oh, Ant-Man, I suppose. A literally small role. Right? I just have no clue what this is. I wonder if I have something else incorrect in the crosses. Making an impression. I don't know. I'm not doing very well, am I? Tried to engineer an advantage. Angled? You sort of worked the angles? Famous drawing of a ship, question mark. I mean, I guess greetings there could be an, if this is a theme clue, it probably ends in ing, so hellos might be wrong. Site along a country road, a silo, a grain silo, for instance. Still fight. If you're still fighting, you're at it. Okay, well, that doesn't look right. Oh boy, tough puzzle for me today, isn't it? Blank Troy, character on Star Trek TNG. That's Star Trek The Next Generation. Not quite enough. It's not quite enough. It's almost there. I want silo to be right. Word after minute or meter. Minute Maid or meter made. Minute being capitalized, referring to Minute Maid, I think it's an orange juice brand. Maybe they do other juices as well. I'm not sure. Okay, kind of race that's not quite a half marathon. A 10-mile, I suppose. A half marathon is what, 13.2 miles? Not quite enough. One shy or something? One away, not quite enough. Or one light? One. What about this? Richard Parker in Life of Pi, for one. Okay, well, here's another thing I've not seen. I've never seen Life of Pi. Who is he? I don't know. Maybe he's the tiger. Wasn't there a tiger in that film on the raft? Maybe that's actually the name of the tiger. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that if not for this I here and the 5-letter space. Compliment for a lexicon. I also would have maybe thought it was a lion, but tiger fits here and lion doesn't. Compliment for a lexicographer. Nice meaning. Nice and mean. There we go. So meaning, in other words, the meaning of a word. Okay, which a lexicographer would understand. You know, a lexicographer might work on a dictionary, for instance. Author who wrote Weeds Are Flowers Too, Once You Get to Know Them. I don't know. It's interesting. Is that a famous quotation? That's in Sen. That is in Sen. Does this mean that in French? I mean, is could be est in French, but doesn't quite match. I'm not quite sure I see what this is asking for. I think it's referring to French by way of the Seine, the French river, but I can't quite see what exactly it wants me to translate into French. Theater rival of Regal and Cinemark. AMC is a U.S. film movie theater chain. Okay, so who's the author? Let's see. I still don't know. Score on a clean sheet, nil. No score yet. And, A.A. Milne of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, right. That sounds very appropriate to Winnie the Pooh. And then energy option, nuclear energy. Oops. So here we have Deanna Troi, character on Star Trek The Next Generation. Okay. Because for water in French. So there's water in the River Seine. That's in Seine. Oh, so this is combining two crossword conventions. One, the using of a kind of geographical indicator to select the language of the answer, but also the exclamation point clue, which means we're describing or saying something, commenting on the answer, rather than defining it or serving as a synonym for it. So we're saying, that's in Seine. We're sort of gesturing towards the water that is in the Seine, which is O in French for water. Okay, there we go. Slinky, I'm not sure. Probably ends in ing. Making an impression. Maybe hot rocks is incorrect because this just doesn't look right that way. Right smart, it looks like. Hot packs, muscle relaxers. There we go, hot packs. And then if you're making an impression, you're aping somebody. I see. You're doing an impression. You're mimicking them. And then caller is indeed ire, as I wanted it to be. Greetings. All right. Okay. Could still be hellos, I suppose. Still fighting. You're in it. You're still in the battle. This must be an I then. So this is not hellos, but it's rather, I don't know what I think it is. Let's keep looking around. Not quite enough. 1, 2, 1. Crab or lobster? Can't think. Former indigenous inhabitants of modern-day Buffalo. Chili variety that means wide in Spanish. Ancho? Hope that's not embarrassingly wrong. Kate of House of Cards. Oh, Kate Mara? Is she the sister of Rooney Mara? I think this might be Ancho. Eries, that would make sense geographically. Former indigenous inhabitants of modern-day Buffalo, Eries. I think that's probably right. 1970 hit for Neil Diamond. She something? I don't know. Crab or lobster? Dinner date that makes a good story. This is probably another theme answer that ends with ing. Increases. Grows. Oh no, it's not she. 1970 hit for Neil Diamond is, I don't know. Not quite enough. 1, 2. Title of an essay by a hit man. Well, it probably doesn't mean an assassin, a hitman. It probably is being punny in some way, and it means someone who, maybe a boxer, something like that, someone who hits people. I don't know. Common pet names. Sweetie? It's not really a pet name, is it? This probably ends in ing. Let's see if that helps. Pocket at a restaurant. Pita bread. Which is bread, sort of bread with a pocket. Bit of a fit. A snit. You could have a bit of a fit, a snit. A bit of you're acting up a bit. You're being maybe a bit of Kohler. Ad council output in brief. PSA, public service announcement. And forever, ages. And they're dragging that out forever. We didn't drag out the answer, so I wonder why they chose to do that with the clue. Seems unnecessary. I guess this is Sweetie, a common pet name. Okay, fair enough. Work from home wear informally. Could be sweats, sweatpants, or sweatshirts. Sweatpants, probably. Late blank, a late fee. Maybe you're returning a book to the library or something. And title of an essay by a hit man. Is this not grows? What is this? On-offing. Yeah, it is an assassin. Okay, title of an essay by a hitman, on-offing. So on-off are two opposite words, and then offing, in other words, murdering somebody, essentially. Okay, so increases is not grows. It's gains. Okay, there we go. 1970 hit for Neil Diamond. Still not she, but it's a different vowel. Shine, I don't know. Street clearers. Why do I not see that? Not quite enough. 1 too few. Oh, a decapod, crab or lobster. Do they have 10 feet? That looks plausible to me. Street clearers are plows, of course. Why didn't I think of that? 1970 hit for Neil Diamond. Shiloh. Okay, I hope that's correct. Okay, well, at least we have 3 corners of the grid done. We just need the sort of one extended corner, I suppose. Unclaimed area. No man's land? Yeah, that fits. Black humor. Not immediately getting it. Food fight sounds. Splats. Old timer. I mean, I'm not certain about splats, so I'm trying to get some crosses here. Certain government agent informally. Yeah, I don't know. I would find it more likely that this ends with a man or fed or something. I don't know. Okay, Kapoor, who played the game show MC in Slumdog Millionaire. Oh, I feel as though this name is familiar. I can sort of think who this is, but I can't. I just can't bring it to mind. It's frustrating. Test subject. How Cassius looked to Caesar in Shakespeare. I'm just not getting anything. All right. I feel as though I'm just performing poorly today. Maybe the heat is degrading my neurons. New England vacation destination, weather warren. Gee, that one will never have it. That one will never have again. Oh, that one will never have again. I see. This is something that one will never have again. One time only, or career for a scammer. I do not know. Career for a scammer. I want this to be Dorf, like Dusseldorf, the German village. You might see one upside down on a bar. Is there any way this isn't Stein? Oops. That one will never have again. It's a chance that one will never have again. It's a chance of a lifetime. Aha. Boy, I just needed to actually read that properly. Oh, pro-conning, a professional con artist. Pro-conning. That's what it is, I guess, and it's referencing the kind of phrase pro-con, as in for and against. Okay, so this was completely wrong. You might see one upside down on a bar as a stool. Ah, boy, no wonder this was all not making any sense to me. How Cassius looked to Shakespeare, how Caesar and Shakespeare. Lean, still shot of a moving image in text speak. Screen grab, screen grab. Black humor is bile. There we go. As in humor in the sort of almost medieval sense, where your health is kind of a result of your humors. Okay, food fight sounds. Maybe this is splats. After all, famous drawing of a ship. Slinky. Spring falling. Oh, spring and fall are opposite seasons. They're opposite sides of the year. Okay, test subject. Friend group. And greetings. Boy, this really looks like it wants to be hellos, doesn't it? Famous drawing of a ship. Maybe this isn't a theme answer. Secret Service member. Oh, an eloper, a wedding service, I guess. Is that what that's referring to? You elope. Friend group. Your pals. Test subject, a lab animal. Anil Kapoor. That is the name I was thinking of. I just couldn't get it into my brain. Okay. Famous drawing of a ship. Oh, Siren Song. Very clever. And it's not a thematically relevant clue. It means the famous drawing, not a drawing as in an illustration, but a drawing as in the ship being drawn towards the song of the sirens in the Odyssey. There we go. Okay. So, certain government agent informally. FBI spy, I guess? I don't know that I've ever heard the phrase FBI spy, but I suppose. Okay, real dope. Again, I feel like I am one here. Okay. What prices and hearts may do, they may soar. Is this wrong? Some work at a car wash. Detail? No, it must be right. Forwards. Cores of brewing fame. Adolf Coors, I guess. I mean, I'm aware of Coors as a sort of beer brand, and so there must have been a Mr. Coors, I suppose. I'm just thinking Adolf because it fits the crosses here. Real dope. Soof. A goof. Some work at a car wash. Oh, it's okay. I am a goof. It doesn't mean some of these. It means this is some work that is done at a car wash. Detailing is some work at a car wash. Oh, that was several really significant errors here that have thrown me off for ages. Frustrating because they seemed like they were plausible answers. Muse of comedy and idyllic poetry. And yet, I still can't seem to get this. Forwards. Resends an email? Relationship conditions, so to speak. New England. I mean, this still could be the. Not that I have the rest of it. Well, with the H, this could be Talia. Whoa there, Warren G. Easy. Again, back to easy. Easy. Oh, Warren G. Harding, the former president. Wow. Okay. Easy Harding. Wow. Okay. Very good clue. Really boggled me. Okay. There we go. So, relationship conditions, so to speak. If this were a T, strictures, or that doesn't make any sense. Relationship conditions, strains. Oh, right. They can be conditions under which the relationship is currently operating. It's operating under strain. Okay. Dripping in jewelry, slangily. Okay, well, it's not icy. What's said in passing? In passing. Transcript figure. Oh, maybe this isn't strains after all, because transcript figure certainly refers to GPA grade point average. Relationship conditions, so to speak. Probably has an S still. Six-winged biblical being. A seraph, the angel. New England vacation destination familiarly. Oh, the Cape, not the Cove, the Cape. There we go. Okay, that sounds right. And then, I don't remember which Cape this is, but the Cape sounds correct. Oh, maybe this is icy then. Go back to icy for the dripping in jewelry. And then, oh, strings, as in strings attached or no strings attached. So those are conditions, whether present or not. Okay, great. Double helix material, DNA, famously arranged in a double helix. Touches on both sides. Spans? Oh, right. Okay, this spans that gap. It touches it on both sides. Right. Yeah. Lead guitarist of Queen. It was a PhD in astrophysics. That's Brian May, whose PhD studies were interrupted when Queen became a, sort of more and more of a success. And then decades later, he went back to finish his PhD. I think it was about space dust, maybe? Something like that. Some gas stations, in brief. Queen, truly one of the great bands. Some gas stations, in brief, are, I'm not sure. To regret something is to rue it, though. Cutting class in med school. Oh, I was going to say anatomy. In other words, cutting class, the class in which you learn to cut things. It could still start with this. Let's see. Kicks down the road. You punt on something, you kick it down the road. Some gas stations in brief. BPs for British Petroleum. Kind of lily, sago lily. I mean, I've certainly heard of that. Stop hiding behind. You moon somebody. You literally stop hiding your behind. You show your behind. You moon somebody. Very clever. Old timer. Does it mean an old person, or does it literally mean a timer that is old? I'm not sure. Dinner date that makes a good story. Dinner date makes a good story. Can't quite see this. It's obviously a thematic one. Some of the wildlife in the 20,000-year-old paintings in Lascaux Cave. Oh, cows, I think. I think cows are depicted in the Lascaux Cave paintings. I could be wrong about that. I could be misremembering. Dinner date that makes a good story. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't put that in. I mean, I've certainly seen, not in person, but I've seen, photographs of these. Like much prized blue and white porcelain. Bleeding Love singer Lewis. Hot. Go poof. Prefix in the name of many causes. This could be anything in theory. Analogy words. So in an analogy, you say A is to B as X is to Y. So is to. Red group. Prefix in the name of many causes. Bet, bit. An ante? I don't know if that's actually correct. Hot. I don't know. Is it even true that an ante is sort of considered part of the bet itself? I'm not really sure. Go poof. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I just saw this, though. Publication co-founded in 1889 by Dow and Jones in brief. I think that's the Wall Street Journal. Because that's all sort of part of the Dow Jones group. Those things are all connected. A kiss, a hug, a wave, the works. Weeks in Oaxaca. What are weeks? Oh boy. It's semaine in French, semanas in Spanish. I want to say that's right. Course number. Oh, par on a golf course. Goes on and on and on. Jabbers, as in a person kind of jabbers on. Nickname for Atlanta. Is it the A? I actually don't know that, but I'm just guessing based on the E and the A there. A kiss, a hug, a wave, the works. This is probably a theme clue. It probably ends in ing. Prefix in the name of many causes. Oh, you could be anti-something. That could be your cause. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Red group. Oh, the GOP, the Republican Party in the United States, whose color is red. Best bet. Oh, no, sorry. That's not what that says at all. It says bet bit. Oh, a chip in a casino. And hot is what I am right now. Go poof. Oh, vanish. Something goes poof, it vanishes. So dinner date that makes a good story. Am I any better here? Something ovening? An odd evening. Odd evening. There we go. Very good. Okay. Old timer is sand. I don't know. Oh, a sand glass? Like an hourglass? I don't think I've ever heard it called a sand glass, but it's clear, obviously the same thing as an hourglass, which tells time by the consistent duration of the grains of sand falling through. Okay, like much prized blue and white porcelain. Some of the wildlife. Oh, maybe they're deer. Maybe that's correct. That sounds correct as well to me. The paintings in the Lascaux cave. Like much prized blue and white porcelain. Leanna Lewis, Bleeding Love Singer. I don't know. Why is that not familiar to me? Hot. Oh boy, let's just finish this puzzle, right? I mean, good Lord. Good name for a political pundit. Good name for a political pundit. Cutting class in med school. Oh, anatomy lab. There we go. Okay. Like much prized blue and white porcelain. Oh, Ming era. I see. The era, right? Okay, I wouldn't have thought of this as being a sort of a noun. Well, sort of. It's a noun being used as an adjective. You could say it's a Ming era vase. Okay, there we go. Good name for a political pundit. Irene. That doesn't sound right at all. Political pundit. I don't know. It'll be blindingly obvious when I eventually get. Oh, hot erotic. There we go. And then Leona, Bleeding Love Linger. Wow, Bleeding Love singer Leona Lewis. Okay. A kiss, a hug. Oh, whole parting. Right. The whole parting. A kiss, a hug, a wave. The whole works. The whole parting. Whole and part are the opposites there. And textures toodaloo. I should have looked at this earlier. That would have been an easy one. TTYL. Talk to you later. The resting place is a tomb, and Eileen. Oh, Eileen is a political pundit. I see. I guess because you're sort of saying, you talk about voters who lean right or left, for instance. I guess is what that sort of means. And there we go. Boy, that was a long solve. Sorry about that. But we did it. We got there eventually. It only took 3/4 of an hour. All right. So let's see. We had, with respect to our theme, our opposites attracting theme, we had the event at a hot new club, the in outing. I wish I were under 4 feet tall is a short longing. A career for a scammer is pro-conning. None of these are the ones. Here we go. A slinky is a spring falling. That's very clever. A dinner date that makes a good story is an odd evening. A kiss, a hug, a wave that works is the whole parting. And the title of an essay by a hitman is on offing. That's very clever as well. Did we have more of these in the Downs? I don't think we did. Oh, we did. We had, of course, we had Woe There Warren G, Easy Harding, and compliment for a lexicographer, nice meaning. Very good. All right. And I think that's all of them. So a very thoroughly explored theme in our big Sunday grid, quite a few of these answers throughout. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it despite the fact that I was seemed to be completely falling apart and not solving very efficiently, and in some cases not even being able to sort of read aloud properly. So I do feel as though I am suffering the effects of the heat. But there we go. We did make it to the end of the puzzle. And I will just read, let's see. I will read just a few clues from yesterday's puzzle. Let's do this quickly. So Syrinx32 says, I think the detergent Ajax, the cleaning substance Ajax is named after the Greek hero because they are stronger than all of Greece. Greece being a pun on Greece that you would be trying to clean, as well as obviously the society of Greece. But Dragon Traces says, weird, as I very well remember, the Ajax detergent motto was stronger than dirt, not grease. You can even find the jingle on YouTube. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't think you're missing something. I looked this up myself, and Ajax's motto has always been stronger than dirt. What's especially strange to me is that the Wikipedia entry says it's something to the effect of the Ajax motto is stronger than dirt in reference to the famous Greek hero. And I thought, well, what does that mean? Anyway, stronger than Greece would be clever, but I don't think it's actually Ajax's slogan. Chorrell explains regarding the phrase Elvis has left the building. This was announced at the end of every Elvis Presley concert to let the audience know there was no use in sticking around. With that said, the answer could have been everybody get out. Yeah, fair enough. But all right. And Nick Six adds, it also means there will be no further encores from Elvis, of course. And finally, Peapod 276 says, I don't know about the Vietnamese language, but in Chinese, Vietnam is two characters, the second of which means south. And yes, I looked that up about Vietnam in Vietnamese, and that is true in Vietnamese as well. And the Viet bit is more of a kind of characterization of the people. And then the Nam is the Southern Territory. Anyway, there we go. That is the crossword for today. That's today's video as well. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for a blessedly quicker solve of the Monday-themed crossword. Hope you join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.